Hey guys, this is Chris Montero. I'm the DOP behind Fisheye. So this is a little piece of bonus content we wanted to put out there. So this is an interview with our poster artist Garreth Gibson. So if you go to the Cinecoop page right now, this week's challenge was to create two posters actually for the challenge, and then fans are supposed to pick which poster they like better, as well as if you guys can rate, share, comment, and all that fun jazz. That would be much appreciated, and that way we can get more word out there. But yeah, so we just did a quick interview with Garreth. It's about 15 minutes or so. And yeah, just asking questions about his inspirations behind the Fisheye posters, as well as his other artwork, how he got into doing freelance graphic design and stuff like that. And yeah, it was a good talk. This is actually the first time I've ever even met Garreth, actually. I know Garreth has mostly only been in contact with Corey, but I thought this would be a cool little bonus thing for the fans out there to check out what the process is like. So without further ado, Garreth Gibson. Hi, my name is Chris. I am the DOP of Fisheye. I'm here with Garreth Gibson, the poster artist behind the two posters you've seen on Fisheye's Cinecoop page. Welcome, Garreth.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So first question, we'll start with how did you end up meeting Corey?
He actually contacted me through Facebook to do the original poster, for the number one. I think he'd seen some of my artwork had been shared through the Twisted Twins. I did like a poster for American Mary. I think it got around a little bit, and then Corey seen that, and yeah, he just contacted me and asked me if I'd like to do the poster, and then yeah, just went on from there basically.
That's awesome. So you've definitely been working and doing horror posters then for a couple of years, it sounds like?
Yeah, definitely, yeah, yeah.
Now,
Yeah, so pretty much horror posters is what I like to specialize in. Yeah, I mean I do quite a lot of graphic design as well, but yeah, horror posters is my main passion. So.
Now, is that how you do? Is that how you make a living? Is through posters and stuff, or through graphic design, or is the poster thing kind of like a
Um,
side thing?
yeah, no, a bit of both. Yeah, I am actually a freelance graphic designer and illustrator as well. That's how I've only from the past about 8 months. I've been doing it for a living. So that's yeah, pretty much.
Awesome, good for you, man. That's what I'm working to do too.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's quite scary at times, but yeah, it's yeah. I was doing it as a side thing while I was working for a few years, and then decided to take a leap and just
Uh,
go full on with it. So.
That's awesome, man. Good for you. That's what I'm working towards too, is just doing video and movie stuff full time.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. So where did you get the inspiration for the first, or I guess both posters for Fisheye?
Um, the first one was, I mean, obviously it's definitely got an 80s sort of slasher sort of feel to it. I just like old school horror posters anyway. I think all movie posters should be illustrated. I don't
Me
really think
too.
they should use photographs and things like that. I think all movie posters should be illustrated. Yeah, just sort of off 80s slasher films really, and there's an English artist, the Dude Designs. I don't know if you've seen any of his stuff before.
I
He
don't
was
think I
quite
have,
big.
but I'm always open to seeing. I'm like you. I think every movie poster should be drawn, hands down. Like those are my
Yeah.
favorite posters.
He did the hobo with the shotgun poster
Oh,
and
the
things like
dude.
that.
Okay, yeah. He's awesome.
Yeah, so he was pretty. Yeah, he was quite a bit of inspiration from that. Like looking at some of his stuff. Yeah, and then just basically just sort of really retro sort of style. The second poster was just I didn't really I sort of just went as I went along with that one.
Hmm.
You know just just went with a bit more cartoon comic book style sort of thing. I wanted to do something a little bit. I didn't want them to look exactly the same. I wanted them to maybe have like two different styles so they could contrast.
Hmm.
So,
Well, they came out great, man. So I definitely, looking at your website, you definitely have a style about you. So where did you kind of develop that style from? Is it the 80s horror movie posters that were a big inspiration to you for your artwork?
yeah, pretty much. For my posters, definitely. For a lot of my actual like illustrations and stuff, like I tend to do a lot of things in black and white. Are very influenced by like just sort of like comic book like Frank Miller and thing. Just
Oh, that's
things like
awesome.
that with actual like pet, like pet illustrations. But as posters, definitely just it's always real retro style. I mean, I really like even like 50s and 60s style movie posters as well, and sort of try and take little things from that. But then it's usually always something to do with horror. So,
So is that so is there any like artists maybe that aren't or I guess maybe people haven't heard of that inspire you? Like who inspires you when it comes to putting artwork together?
I'd probably say there's Graham Humphreys. I don't know if you've heard of him, who used to do all the posters in the 80s. He did like the original Evil Dead poster.
Oh,
Does
nice.
everything. Yeah, he does everything sort of like oil painting. I mean, I'm not really the best like painter in the world, but the way he sort of like structures and puts like competitions together with posters, I definitely take inspiration from that. Yeah, he's a artist based in London, and if you haven't seen any of his stuff, you should definitely look it up.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
So when
he's probably done like hundreds of posters you've actually already seen as well, but you wouldn't, yeah, you think, oh, I've already seen that one.
well,
So,
I'm always looking for artists. Like the only one I really know off the top of my head is Drew Struzan. Of course, everyone knows
I
Drew Struzan, but yeah, of
don't
course,
think
he's
anyone
awesome.
can. Yeah, I don't think anyone can do anything as good as him. He just got to just be like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, exactly. I hope he comes back. They say that there's a rumor that he's doing the Star Wars 7 poster, so I hope so.
I think I can imagine that he probably would do. I hope he does.
Yeah, same. That'll definitely be on the wall.
Yeah.
When did you first start making posters and just illustrations, artwork in general?
I've Sorry, I'll just do that. I mean, I've always done illustrations ever since I was from when I was from school. I've always drawn, but sort of like posters and design and yeah, movie posters probably for the last maybe about 3 or 4 years. Just started getting into the movie posters and things like that, and the actual design of things. But before that, I used to just always just it was just random drawings and random illustrations, really, not much, not
Oh,
much
right
thought
on.
behind them. Just kind of just drawing stuff that's in your head, basically. So.
Nice. So what about the horror genre interests you?
It always has done. I just really like gore. I mean, it sounds like a stupid thing I just love gory films. I just like things that are dark. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of comedies and things like that because they just kind of always seem the same. And yeah, I mean, I always really like gore. I really like horror films. Like, I'm not really the biggest fan of serious horror films. I prefer things like Reanimator and like more gory horror and stuff. So
Yeah, the more
um,
self-aware stuff.
yeah, yeah. But I don't know. Basically, I was kind of always been drawn to the sort of darker side of things when it comes to films and music and things like that. I don't really have a particular reason why. You just sometimes drawn to something, aren't you? So
Oh yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I like when one of my favorite things with horror films is seeing something that's self-aware, like you're saying, and then going into a theater and just everyone reacting to like some crazy kill. Like I've never really the last good horror experience I had in the theater for like a self-aware movie was the Piranha, the first Piranha remake that came out a handful of years ago.
oh yeah,
I had a
yeah.
blast in that movie, and I actually saw It Follows the other day, and that was a
I've not seen
similar.
that yet. I'm really looking forward to seeing that.
It is awesome. I'd highly recommend it. It's super like you could tell that there wasn't much of a budget, but like it's really scary. They make it work. Like the idea of just someone walking straight for you, just walking slowly and staring at you, they pulled it off perfectly. Like it creeps the
Yeah, it
hell out of
looks
you for
really,
sure.
really creepy. I'm really looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, that one's a good one for sure. So what do you like to do when you're not making art?
I'm a very big fan of music. Not as much recently, but I do go to a lot of. We have quite a good selection of music festivals in England, so I go to a fair few of them. Um, yeah, I go to a lot of gigs. Go to a lot of music events. And I'm basically just watching films, watching movies. Basically, yeah, pretty much takes up most of my time.
Awesome. What is your favorite horror film?
My favorite horror film, it would probably be a mix up between The Thing and maybe Carrie.
Awesome. Yeah, The Thing's my favorite too. The Thing and I can't believe I can't remember the other one now. But The Thing for sure is one of my favorites as well. That movie is just all around perfect.
Yeah, my top 10, my top 5 normally changes pretty often because it depends on what type of mood I'm in or where I'm at that particular time. But yeah, it's normally between them two. So, and Hellraiser as well. Hellraiser's always yeah.
Yeah, that's an awesome one too. So then what's your favorite poster then?
My favorite poster would probably be. That's a hard one.
I know.
It's put me on the spot. Would probably be the original Evil Dead cover, the one with the girl with that with the hand coming out of the ground. I don't know if you've
Yeah,
seen that one. Yeah, it's probably one of my favourite ones.
that's
That or The
really solid.
Exorcist. Well,
The Exorcist, yeah, that one. That's a
even though that one's not actually illustrated, so it kind of goes against what I was saying before. But
no, but that one's definitely solid. I got that one framed just over in the corner there. That
yeah,
one is,
I've got that framed as well. Yeah.
yeah, that's a beautiful poster. So then, so when it comes to a new project, how do you prepare for a new project?
What would you mean, like posters or illustrations or just I mean any?
Poster illustration in general. Like going back to I guess we can use the fisheye poster as an example because I know, like you said, the second poster you were going more with the flow. But for the first poster, how did you kind of prepare for that? Because it was obviously a more kind of like all you in the sense of that was all you in terms of layout, composition, all the poster stuff type of thing.
Yeah,
So how do you
yeah.
prepare for something like that?
Well, I mean, I watched the clips that was sent as for the original trailer, not the one that's on the web. There's like I think you had like a 2 minute trailer. It was on
Yeah,
YouTube. Just kind of took some screenshots from that. Kind of just got the feel. Like I was like, like get the feel for the film. Like the lighting was the thing that kind of struck out to me straight away because there was lots of pink, lots of like retro style, like sort of lighting.
yeah,
So that kind of jumps out to me as well. Then basically we just it's just the thing of getting some screenshots together and then just using the. Not, I normally just put the photographs together on Facebook, Photoshop, um, just to see what it looked like before I actually start drawing it, and then do like a quick sketch. And then once I'm happy with a layout, and then I'll actually just start illustrating and drawing it, and and then going from there basically.
awesome, awesome. So how do you think you've changed as a artist since you first started?
Since I've gone professional, I mean just since I've started as a kid, you mean, or
Yeah, like since you started, like I know for example, like if you were to ask me that, I started making videos when I was 12 years old, and now of course it's come
right.
a long way. So same thing to you. Like how did you see yourself change throughout the years, and do you think are you always open to how do I phrase this? How did I write it down? How do you think you changed as an artist when you first got started? So just where do you see the most improvement and where do you see yourself improving on in the future basically?
Definitely with my preparing and putting like actually planning things first instead of just doing them and then going with it, sort of like just making things up as I go along. Definitely over the past couple of years since I've kind of got more into the design sort of thing, not just actually just drawing illustrations. Yeah, just really preparing things and sort of like just testing things out first, being a little bit more patient, not just rushing into your first idea, and seeing what it looks like before you can maybe start actually following through. But besides like actual illustration, I mean, I've always kind of wanted to draw the same similar things. Even when I was a kid, I used to draw quite violent, bloody stuff, to be honest, which used to get me in trouble with like I remember doing this was actually before Aliens, the fourth Aliens had come out. I think so. Aliens 3 had just come out. This is sometime in the 90s, and I'd done like my own version of what I think Alien 4 was going to look like, and there was just blood and guts and all that stuff. And my mum actually saw it, and she wasn't very happy. My parents didn't like it at all. Yeah, so as far as the things that I like to draw, nothing's really changed. But yeah, as far as like preparing and being a bit more organised with my ideas and things like that, definitely that's where I've changed. So
Oh, right on. And my last question for you is there any advice you can give to any aspiring artists out there that you wish you knew when you first started?
Basically, just to keep, just do it. You have an idea, just do it. Put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, put it on Instagram. Just get it out there. That's something that I would have loved to have had when I was a lot young, when I first finished university, and I didn't really get that wasn't really available at the time. Even like even if you're at school or something like that, your schoolwork, just put it online, get everyone to see it, and just keep doing it. Just keep doing. If you think it's the stupidest idea in the world, or just I think you just need to do it and see what it looks like, uh, and just don't get much sleep as well. Just keep doing it and doing it. That's the only advice I can give really. But
Awesome,
with me
awesome.
still being quite young, and well, still starting out myself as well, and trying to get myself, sort of established. So
Oh yeah, we're in the same boat. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, well, that was awesome. Thanks so much for taking the time to do that. Is there anywhere you would want people to visit if they listen to this?
Yeah, well, my website is just GarethGibsonIllustrations.com. It's Gareth with two R's. Basically, you can see all my artwork on there. And if you want to email me or inquire me on messages on there, you can do it all through the website. So
Awesome.
that's
Yeah, well, I'll make sure I definitely put that in the description of the video. And yeah, awesome. Great job again with the posters. Hopefully we get this thing made and you got another poster to make for us, basically. And yeah, it looks awesome, man.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. I was glad to help.
Oh, thank you.
I got my fish eye on you. My fish eye on you.
Thanks for listening to this interview with Gareth. Hope you guys enjoy. We got more bonus content coming your way. Just stick to this Facebook page as well as Twitter, and you will see when we release stuff. But yeah, if you can go to cinecoop.com/fish-I to vote, rate, share, like the project, it would be much appreciated. We would love to turn this thing into a full feature for you guys. We had a lot of fun making the short, and I think we'll have a lot of fun putting together the full feature. I know it's been in Corey's canon for quite some time, and it's nice to see that we're actually bringing not only life to the project, but it's nice to see that there's fans out there helping support the project. So yeah, if you want to go to that link, I'll put that in the description below, as well as you can check out Garrett's artwork at his website, which I also have linked down below. He is an awesome guy, and if you are ever looking to get something made for graphic design, just shoot him a message like he said during the interview, and you guys can talk it out. But yeah, thanks for listening, and stay tuned because we will have more coming out for you guys.